It is said that things are never quite as scary when you have a friend, and sometimes the best friendships are those that we form with animals. But there are some people who have proven to be so good at pushing boundaries. They decided to skip the usual kinds of pets and instead be friends with animals that we usually perceive as dangerous. From hanging out with hyenas to teaching a gorilla sign language. That's a Flash reference. These individuals are literally living your wildest imagination. Welcome to another episode of Animal Booth. Today we're going to look at animal friendships with humans that are absolutely astonishing. So, sit tight as some of these friendships are sure to leave your mouth agape as well as leave you on the edge of your seat. Let's dive right in. Number 9. Mark and a polar bear. In Canada, a man named Mark happens to be the only man on the planet who has closely bonded and lived with one of the world's largest land predators, a 20-year-old polar bear. Their relationship started way back when Aggie, the polar bear, was just 8 weeks old. Mark found Aggie in a zoo when he was out in search for a polar bear to train for a film. He took her in and hand-rated her to the 60-stone weight she is now. Considering that polar bears actively hunt, Mark gets to live our wildest dreams as he gets to hug one big live bear. He is the only man who can peacefully swim alongside a polar bear. Aggie is equally fond of Mark. Mark's wife even noted that Aggie gets jealous when other women get Mark's attention. She wants him just for herself. Number 8. RC and a wild buffalo. A wild buffalo is an animal that only a cowboy can handle. About 14 years ago, R.C. Bridges, a retired cowboy, had a buffalo ranch, which he had to sell after losing sight in one of his eyes. He sold all buffaloes except for one little calf that was struggling to suckle. He named him Wild Thing because of the simple reason that he still is, pretty wild. He can get very aggressive and only R.C. knows how to calm him down. RC has constantly established his dominance, and no matter how big this 1-ton buffalo gets, he knows that RC is the boss. While he is pretty aggressive outdoors, Wild Thing is very gentle when he gets into RC's house. He will never enter and leave without breaking a thing. Number 7. Tippy and the elephant. Tippy DeGree and her parents moved to Namibia right after her birth in 1990. She was only 1 year old when she made a new friend, an elephant named Abu. Her parents describe it as love at first sight. The best part of Tippy's day was when she spent time with Abu. She would even go out looking for her. The elephant was friendly towards her and would even let her ride on his back. Abu wasn't her only friend. A local farmer had a cheetah which became very close to Abu. It never once showed any form of aggression. I guess we can say that Tippy loved animals and the animals loved her back. Number 6. Shirley, Tony, and the hippo. Hippos happen to be aggressive, territorial, and absolutely deadly. Shirley and Tony are privileged to be among the few people who are genuinely loved by a hippo. During the floods of 2000 at Kruger National Park, Jess, a newborn hippo, was swept away and landed right in front of Tony's house. Being a game ranger, Tony knew exactly what to do. Together with his wife, they took care of the hippo. To date, they were happy to feed her with 20 liters of her favorite tea. Jess still goes to hang out with other wild hippos, but she always comes back home. She adores her caregivers and even follows them wherever they go, and when it's time for dinner, Jess lets herself into the kitchen. This is one happy family. Number 5. Kevin and the hyenas. It takes great courage to get close to a hyena, but it takes even more courage to be friends with one. Kevin Richardson got a private reserve purposely to study hyenas. To get a show of his interaction with the hyenas, you need to be in a metal cage. Only Kevin can get up close and personal with his savannah cleanup crew. He, however, had to always keep an eye on the hyenas as they are full of surprises. Painful surprises. It goes without saying that getting to this point, Kevin has had to shed sweat, tears, and blood. But in the end, he can finally pet them, play with them, and even give these scavengers a belly rub. Number 4. Dean and the lions. We all know how lovely domestic cat cuddles and snuggles are, but imagine getting them from a wild cat, and not just any wild cat, the king of the jungle. Dean is among the few people that can tell you all about it. He owns an animal sanctuary where he mainly cares for a pride of lions, a hyena, and 2 monkeys. Dean considers himself part of the pride and has a one-on-one interaction with the lions. The lions are always happy to see him. They jump into his arms and give him the biggest hugs. Dexter the lion is particularly playful and will usually sneak up on Dean. Kinda like playing peekaboo, except that this time it's with a lion. Their relationship is downright jaw-dropping and one to envy. Number 3. Joao and the penguin. A young South American megalithic penguin found its way into the backyard of Joao, who lived close to the beach. The penguin was covered in oil and about to die. Joao took it upon himself to clean the oil off the penguin. He continued to feed and care for Dindim, the penguin of course, for a while before releasing it back into the ocean. Dindim is said to swim about 5,000 miles every year just to see Joao. Their reunion is bound to warm your heart. Number 2. Penny and the gorilla. Gorillas are known for being the largest primates and the ones with the closest resemblance to human beings. As such, it is expected that they'll pick up a few habits from humans. But what we do not expect is for a gorilla to learn sign language. Penny is responsible for teaching Coco the gorilla 1,000 signs of what Penny termed as gorilla sign language and 2,000 words of spoken English. Coco was humorous, playful, mischievous, and openly expressed her emotions. She once called an interviewer a toilet using sign language. She tried to make Robin Williams laugh by pulling up his shirt and tickling him, and when William Shatner entered her cage and continuously told her he loved her, Coco decided to grab him by the balls. I don't know if he still loved her after that one. Number 1. Fishermen and the dolphins. The relationship between humans and dolphins is no new thing, but that of these fishermen and the Atlantic dolphins is rare. These dolphins help the fishermen catch fish. They lead hundreds of fish towards the shoreline and signal the fishermen to throw their nets, and when they do, their nets never come out empty. Throwing the nets make the fish scatter and the dolphins have an easier time catching their meal. It's a win-win situation. That right there is enough proof that dolphins are intelligent. And that concludes our video on animal friendships with humans that are astonishing. Which of these animals' human friendship was the most interesting? Leave us a comment below and let us know. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more just as amazing videos. See ya!